disco. Oh, glorious disco. Oh, baby. Oh, I do. Please do. Ooh. No, there's no proof but disco. Almighty disco. Oh, you guys doing? I hope you're doing wonderful. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're discoing. This is a market brief. I might do gold brief later, but this is a market brief. My stand now is I'm very bearish on equity on gold. Yet, I think the ray of hope is very soon. All we need now is a real capitulation day with extreme high volume so we could go along and have a good time for a reliable rally. Unfortunately, it's not now, and unfortunately, we might have a sell off, and we might not. See, trader always changes his or her mind. This is the equity put to call. And I'm starting with that. Let me look at the daily. Okay. Let me go back to the equity put to call. Okay. And let me start with the daily, then go with the weekly. Good deal. So this is the equity put to call. We had an extreme change of sentiment for the last 2 days of at least 20%. The ratio now is at this value, the equity put to call. And unfortunately, it is ready to have a disco combo. This thing might be in bullish mode next week because this is this is a quantitative method. This is you know how the MACD works. By next week, this thing will be in bullish mode, and stochastic did that first, and then after that we will have the disco combo, and disco combo is not always a good thing for the equity put to call. And what makes it even worse, it is we might have a bullish crossover above the zero line, and it is very in an elevated level too, like we had right here. Okay, so this is the daily one. The weekly one, let's look at that. We are already in a bullish mode in a weekly one. It is very clean bullish mode, and this is not good. It never been good when you have this nice clean oh this nice clean disco combo. See what happened here. Started from 50 to hit almost 82. This created havoc in the equity market. It started in November. We know what happened in IWM, the Qs, and it stopped. It topped in 10th of Jan. And same as here. It's everywhere. Okay? So we talked about the daily and weekly. What does it tell us? Volatility is yet to come. Okay? And this is my disco combo. Okay? My disco combo. This is the equity put to call. Only the 20-day and 50-day moving averages. And they still in bearish mode for the equity market and bullish mode for the equity put to call. What is encouraging now is the 50-day moving average is kind of topping. That means we might have fast move in a shorter 20-day moving average, then it catches up with it later. This happened here, okay, and we had bearish crossover, which means bullish for the stock market. It happened here. It happened a lot of places. So that's the hope. Even though there's no buying signal at all, we're talking about a hope and speculation here. So bullishness in the equity put to call, but the hope is the 50-day moving average for the equity put to call. It's flattening, okay? So we wait and see for that. Good deal. So let's talk about the VIX. So the VIX in the weekly time frame, unfortunately, sadly, with a lot of bitterness in my heart, the disco combo is still intact, and it is forming a saucer formation for the VIX. And usually, when you have this disco combo and the MACD above the zero line, you might have fast move to the upside in the VIX, which means bearishness in the equity market. This happened all the time in the past, and it produced bad results. Yet usually these type of extremes happen at a tradable bottom in the equity market. So we talked about the bearishness that that would be caused by the equity protocol and the VIX, and the possibility of a major move, then it reverses. So let's talk about now the cues, which I really think leads the market. Okay? I really do believe that. The cues now, as I stated in the last video, it is forming a head and shoulder, and might be breaking it very soon. The good news is, if we have, see, all I'm doing now is speculation. If we have a bear trap, this could be a nice tradable bottom. Meaning, you go down, you trap a lot of bears, then you go back up. This is too good to be true. I always don't like obvious, clear formation. It is the recipe of bear traps, especially in head and shoulders like that. Okay? Let's talk about, so this is bearishness. I started talking about this some times ago with a trend break and the bearish divergences that I always talk about, and all of this bearishness. And now we have an equal low in the RSI, which is really, really good. So as long as we do not go below, by the way, this is the weekly time frame. I'm sorry if I didn't say it. If we don't go below 30 in the next 2 weeks, we're going to be okay. Okay? This is my RSI rule, if you remember. Second of all, now I'm going to talk about the speculation that I might like. Okay? So let me talk about the cues in the weekly time frame, only talking about the stochastic. So when the stochastic go below 20, the full stochastic, usually bearishness sets in because momentum goes so weak. The good news is, in the past, this is very close to a capitulation place, which means a lot of people just throw the towel. In the past, this things last for a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it started, let's talk about December of 2018. It started in December 10th. It ended in Jan 7th. Same thing with 2016. Okay? And also so on and so forth. So usually, the duration of this weakness does not last for long. Second, it's always good to have a quasi 2 tests for this level. We have 1 test, second, higher low here. We have 1 test, lower low here. We had wide test between Jan till March, and now we made a lower low. So the hope is this is the last low for the stochastic. Remember, this indicates a severe sell-off coming very soon, because this shows weakness. Yet the duration of this in the past does not exceed a month. Over a month a little bit. The test It's always good because you have people trying to dip buy, then you have a capitulation. Dip buyers would always be with us, and once they throw the towel, it is the time to expect bottom. Another thing, it is always good to have attempts, and this is very clear in the MACD, especially in the daily time frame, weekly or monthly. So we have a bearish crossover in the MACD. Then you have the kiss. It is not my word. I learned this in the past from other people. So we have to give them credit, even though I don't know who said that. Okay. So you have a kiss, an attempt, then a failure, and sometimes you have the bullish crossover. You had the kiss here in September. So you have the bearish crossover in July 2019, a kiss, then a bullish crossover, and so on and so forth. Okay? So the duration of this weakness did not exceed a month and a half in the past. I really think we are very close to the time of 2016. We are not fundamentally in a GFC type of economy, global financial crisis. We are not fundamentally in a place where we have a COVID, even though the people that try to scare people will tell you always there is always a pandemic coming. No one knows the future. Okay, we are not. We are very close to the time of October, November 2018 too. So you have the same thing. You have a stochastic going close to 20, then an attempt, then you have the last hurrah, the last capitulation. And also in 2018, you have here an inverted hammer in a weekly time frame, which shows dipper buyer coming. If you remember me, I always use the one more time thing. You have bullishness, bottoming, then you have one more attempt. Okay, let me show it right here. Okay, so here, let me get rid of this so it doesn't freeze. So here in 2018, in December, we had an inverted hammer right here. Yet we have one more time. Then we reversed. Inverted hammer, a severe one. We might have one more time. Let's hope not. Really, let's hope not. But if it happens, we welcome it. 1 week, 2 weeks, then boom. In the past, every time the stochastic for the Qs or the IWM comes out of oversold over 20, a major rally takes place. This is true in many times. It is true in 2020. It is true. Let me try to get rid of that so I can show you in the past. Okay. Every time it comes out of, it goes below 20 and it comes out of it, a major rally takes place. A major rally takes place. Being a gold trader, we see this in gold all the time. That's why we learned as gold traders to respect this thing. So one more time, and a major rally took place here. Okay? In conclusion, it is always good to think outside the box. I'm not bullish right now. There's no bullish signals. It's just a speculation of a shorter duration. And that's that. And never lose hope. Never lose hope at all. And it never, the sky never falls. Life goes on. And do remember that to love and respect disco, for disco is the ultimate truth, the alpha and omega, and it is eternal, and it is forever.